Right, welcome back, traders. I'm going to use this video to run through my trades today. 4 trades: GBP, CHF, Euro, JPY, USD, Euro, USD, all wins, and a gold loss. I'll talk through the trades now and just recap the day a bit. Hopefully, it's useful. So, if it is, I'll create more, upload them more often to this YouTube page. I want to get it moving again, start uploading a bit more content because I always get asked about it. So, I'll just jump straight in. It's going to just be raw footage. And yeah, I'll just try and talk through the charts, do something useful. So this was GBP CHF earlier. I'll rewind it just so it's a bit clearer. Overall, as you can see, got a sideways market here. But this morning is really clear that price was pushing to the upside, right? We're breaking highs all the way up, high lows, high highs. There's nothing when price breaks up here to stop price continuing up. There's nothing there. Price is pushed down the last time from this major high to the left. Ever since then, though, all since the market opened, price has been pushing up. So as you see, I was looking for price to push up after we saw this strong engulfing candle on the 5-minute and simple one-to-one trade. In the strategy, the blueprint strategy that is taught in my community, we use both 1R and 2R targets. It depends on your personal preference, really. They both return essentially the same percentage / the same R per month, but it's more dependent on how you prefer to get those or how you prefer to bank that profit, right? So if you like winning all the time, if you like winning often, so 80% win rate, 1R is going to be great for you. If you prefer winning less, but still banking the same amount of profit, but just getting bigger trades, so 2R targets, and that's going to be best for you. But for me, I like banking profits regularly, getting in and out of the markets quite quickly. I'm not interested in trying to hold trades for ages, really. I like to just be able to get on with my day and keep it nice and simple. So 1R targets for me. And yeah, this trade moved quite substantially towards target, you see there. Came all the way back down and then continued up again. Now, this is the sort of situation where traders can get stressed. They'll start looking at this thinking, oh, I want to cut the trade, adding in extra decisions which are not useful. They're all emotionally based. Don't do that. It's not what you want to be doing. If we've got rules that I don't touch the trade until it hits either a target or a stop loss, I'm not going to touch that trade. So I didn't, and there you go, there's the reward. So really simple trade. Structurally, just using the 15-minute and 5-minute for entry. The second trade, or a first trade, should I say, this was the first trade of the day on gold. If we rewind this back, this was quite early in the morning. Now, what we had here, again, sideways market for me, but we clearly did have last week and going into, or I say last week, Friday, going to Sunday market open, price clearly stepping down to the downside. This was the last high where price had a strong push down. So when we came right back up to this, which is quite a premium region, because if price breaks to the upside here, we have had a strong structure break up rather than continuing with the downward move. So yeah, this was the entry region and this was a stop out trade. Now I'd say quite fortunate here because it was only a 0.5% loss because my trading view alert didn't come from my phone. For some reason, I have problems with that sometimes. I think it's because I leave do not disturb on from the evening, sometimes overnight. So I forget to turn it off in the morning sometimes. It means I don't always get the alerts come through. I had an alert around this zone for price to come, or for when price tapped into it to get an alert. I didn't get it till late. So I actually ended up getting in, and you see this on my Instagram post, halfway up this sort of pin bullish wick candle, you want to call it. And because of that, it meant that my stop loss was actually only 0.5% because I still had it based on this candle before, but I entered when price was in drawdown, so it was nice for me. It meant that I got what you might call more premium entry while also having smaller risk on the trade because I treated it as if I'd entered here, but as if I'd entered based on the candle I wanted to enter on. So for me, yeah, as I said, that was a 0.5% loss in this one, but I was very happy with the trade. Not a problem with starting the week like that because the trade fit the plan. So moved on from that one, straight onto Euro JPY now. Euro JPY was a bit tight to structure, but structurally it was also sound. So if I just go back to it, and this is an example why I like one our targets. Here we've got the market's just moving sideways, right? There's nothing going on here. We had this big gap this morning, but it filled and continued, so I'm not worried about that. But since then, so coming into the London session open, price is clearly stepping up again. We've broken highs here, we broke highs down here. It's just been stepping up continually with higher highs and higher lows. So as a result, I was looking for buys. Price did break out to the upside here. We see it broke all the wicks, came back to retest, fairly aggressive entry on this pin, and I was in and out nice and quick now. This is another reason why I like one-to-ones, because you don't have to be really right in order to be right. So what I mean by that is I don't need price to really push off. I don't even really need the 15-minute to respond as expected in order to be right, because all we really had here was a small 5-minute bounce, which then you'll see on the 15-minute continued down. But I'm already out of the trade by that point, so I don't need to care. So that was a win again, which put me 0.5% up for the day, even though technically I was 0R up. And that was because of that last one on gold, where I got in a little bit up that candle. So it was going nice so far this morning. And as I said, this is one of the reasons why I really do like 1-hour targets, because I don't need to worry about being really right. I just follow the plan as per the rules. And yeah, we move on from there. So the fourth and final trade was Euro USD. I've already gone through GBP-CHF. And this one, quite similar to the Euro JPY, to be honest. Price had been moving sideways over these last few days, but if I rewind to when the trade was, right, clearly from here, price was pushing to the upside, very similar to exactly what I've said on all the analysis on all these pairs. Price pushes up, it's breaking highs all the way up. We had the first breakdown here, breaks here, and another break here. Price came back quite hard, but that's not something I care about. I learned a long time ago not to focus too much on just stressing over single candles. So, for example, some people would be put off this trade because this candle pulled back in hard. I don't really care about that. If the structure's sound, then the structure's sound, which it is here. We then saw price wick into this deep test zone and give us a nice engulfing candle. Again, nice move. Had a small bit of drawdown, and we ended up going up. And this one, similarly to GBP-USD, not GBP-USD, was my first trade today. Gold price pulled down quite quickly on the next candle, which again meant I got a bit of a premium entry, which meant I ended up having more of a 1.5 trade, which was nice. Like I said, I'm not massively worried about risk reward. I don't care about people that try and get, 10R, all that stuff. It's not for me. I don't care. I'm just happy with my higher win rate and banking my profits regularly. But it's worked out nice here that this ended up being a 1.5% win. The price pushed to the upside nice and strongly. Now, this one's worth talking about because some people will go, oh, look at how much price pushed up. Maybe you left all that on the table now. It's just not the case. You can think about that if you want. And you can think like that, but it's not a positive way to think about a trading. You can always think there's money left on the table. There's always that extra bit. But if you're following your plan, you're doing everything right. So you don't need to be worrying. And yeah, that's all I did today. All I did was follow my plan. Just happened to be a day where setups formed nicely, nice and clean. All these were journaled. Nice, small moves, but structurally sound. And yeah, those small wins add up. So those are my trades for the day. If this is a useful type of video, I will post more of these. I'm happy to do them. But yeah, that's my summary for the day. Thanks for watching.